Hey there, fellow explorers, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Survival Fountain of Youth, Episode 4, Hope Exploration. I have 2 days left on my clothing, so I'm not really going to worry about repairing the clothing at the moment. My spear, axe, and torch look good. So, if I want to map stuff, I need charcoals. Is the fire still on? Oh, yeah. Let me make a little bit more mapping charcoal before the fire burns out. So now I have 4 mapping charcoal, and then I'm also going to want rope 2. So before I do any of that, let's upgrade the boat. So in order to upgrade the boat, I already have all the materials, but the boat needs to be repaired first. Fully. As much as I can repair it. So let's make the... Oh, and this is going to use the liana rope, but that's fine. So we're using the split logs that I cut earlier, and the liana rope, and crafting a boat repair kit to then repair this boat up to near full condition, and then upgrading it to the next tier. So now this boat has a little bed on it, and it has a little crate for storage. And then I want to upgrade it one more time to a solid raft, so it has an improved bed, better storage, and higher durability, and also log storage, which is pretty cool. And that requires a rope and 2 split logs. So, for me to get more rope, I think I'm out of liana. Yes. So I'm going to need to go collect more of it. And the trees that I have access to collect from it. So this tree down here at the starter island, did I collect all of it? I think I did collect all of it. And then this tree, I definitely collected all of it. So basically, I don't know where I'm going to get more rope from at the moment. I don't want to use this boat until it's upgraded, because if I start to use the boat before it's upgraded, I'll do damage to it, and then I'll have to repair it again before the next upgrade. So this upgrade requires rope and a split log, and I don't have access to the rope. So I don't necessarily need to use the cartography trees in order to map. Really, any high altitude area will do just fine. But I am losing daylight here. So let's try to get a torch going. Come on, stop being windy. There we go. So I'm looking for vines. And the deeper you go into the interior of this island, you're gonna start to run into, you know, more dangerous stuff. Ooh. That looks cool, huh? A little different. So there's a giant mountain up here. That would be pretty good for cartography. I would not mind trying to find another... Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's a banyan vine tree. Oh, there's obviously a snake over there. So I can collect more vines here for rope. My axe is basically broken, so I need a little bit more stone to repair it. The red things on the right are that my clothing and my backpack are damaged and will decay away after some time. So this here is a massive stone deposit. So if I had a pick... Oh, no, I don't need a pick. Oh, yeah, I need a pick. So if I had a pick, I could mine up massive stones as a renewable resource. Some plants... Oh, okay, it's raining, so no more torch for me. Some plants like these will hurt you. Same with nettle, stinging nettle, when you walk through them. So you got to be careful where you walk, because it's not only animals that will harm you. You can get environmental damage from, like, steam or fire, lava, plants, you know, and then you can get sick from swamps and marshes, and there's a whole bunch of things that can kill you. It isn't just combat. Alright, it only just started raining, so these rain barrels really haven't had a chance to fill up yet. I opened that coconut not knowing it was going to rain again. Oh well. So the other type of boat that I could make is a canoe, but the canoe requires dried hide, so these things are a vessel with a sail, and they travel faster, and they have higher durability, they require materials that I don't necessarily have access to right now, so I was planning on making the solid raft as a, or upgrade to the solid raft. If at some point you want me to go to the canoe, that's fine. And there's a lot of other boats that I could hypothetically make as well. Alright, what was I gonna do? At this hour, maybe just sleep. Because I had a lot of rain in these collected already, I don't really have storage for it at this point. So that's why I was fine to just go to sleep with the water uncollected, because there's really only so much Rome I can collect. So now, this primitive barrel and my flask are completely full, and these rain barrels still have plenty of rain water left in them, so it's not like I could do anything with it. Alright, the other part of this, the thing that I need to improve this raft one more time, or actually, you know what? Maybe I won't build the solid raft. What I'll do is have you decide whether I'm going to decide not to do that right now, and instead map for better materials. So I've got... maybe what I'll do... Oops. Is grab a little bit more food before I venture out. I think it would be very useful to get the lay of the land, so that I can learn what materials I have access to for gear. Right, food and water are basically maxed, so out we go. I have my mapping call already. I have 4 of them. So I'm heading to these giant cartography trees. And the materials that I'm really looking for, if we take a look at like tools, obsidian would be awesome. Right? And then the other material that I think would be really useful to potentially scout out for is clay. So clay, or obsidian, will make for the next tier tools. So it kind of goes like stone, improved stone, obsidian, and then metals. And in order to obtain metals, or in order to like smelt metals, you'll need clay. So clay is going to unlock my ability to do pottery and smelting and all that stuff. And then obsidian will give me pretty solid tools. For most tools, I like to just stay at obsidian tier, because the cost versus durability of going up to like copper or better tools just doesn't make a lot of sense for many tools. So like axes, which you use up constantly, you might as well be able to... Oh, I just got hit by a snake. You might as well be able to just make new ones pretty regularly than to have to go through the lengthy and resource and time-intensive process of, like, smelting new ores. Because obtaining ores... And this is why the game kind of reminds me of Valheim. Like, in Valheim, if you're familiar with it, and I only use it as a reference because it's a massively popular game. In Valheim, like, if you want metals, it's kind of an ordeal, right? Like, you just don't get ample metals. So you have to decide how to use metals because they're a strategic resource, which you have a very finite amount of. And the same is true in this game. Once you start to get metals, you don't get, like, buckets of it where you can make, like, metal tools of every tier. You have to plan accordingly. And generally speaking, you get more bang for your buck making metal weapons and possibly armor than having, like, a metal knife and a metal axe and a metal saw and a metal, you know, hammer and all those types of things that you could probably get away with lower quality stuff. A stone head. So this brings me to one of the main features of this game, which there is tons of Bimini civilization stories, 25 of them, that you can collect to gain knowledge of the area, and they will give you survival points, which makes you stronger. So this is obviously a path that goes up the mountain, but for now I'm going to stay on the ground because I am looking for, oh, hey, cartography trees. Oh, my stone axe is cooked. And I forgot to bring a stone with me. So I need to find a stone to fix my stone axe. Oh, there we go. I'll grab one for later, too. The reason why I don't, like, max out with collecting all the stone that's possible to collect is, like, it weighs a lot. And that's not great. You don't want to kind of needlessly weigh yourself down with a bunch of stone you're not going to use. And because stone is pretty plentiful, it's not, you know, a rare resource that you need to collect well in advance. Don't really want to fight that boar right now, given that I'm barely more than naked. Let's collect a bird of paradise. Why not? I'll unlock a new medicine blueprint, and also a decorative thing for birds of paradise. So, cartography trees. Let's try to find some. Oh! That's a snake, and I just got envenomated. Let's kill the snake, because I'm pissed that it got me. These are banana palms. Don't mind if I do. You know what? At the moment, I don't really need green bananas, so I'm going to take the ripe ones. And then I'm going to use the processed scorpion venom to cure that poison that I got from that. There's other banana palms here. The reason I'm not collecting them is, like, bananas will rot well before I'm able to, like, eat them all. So collecting all of them right now will just create unnecessary food spoilage, which doesn't really help me in the long run. Alright, let's see if I can't find a big old tree. So once I get out from this clearing, I might have, well, there seems to be some sort of ruin up this way. So maybe we'll go up that way. But seeking out the cartography trees are kind of important to get the lay of the land. So there is a bird of prey up there, and it is most assuredly guarding this bird nest. This bird nest has eggs, worms, and feathers, which I can collect once the bird isn't trying to murder me. Oh, there's another one. Where is it? You! Come on, get down here. Man versus bird. Silly harpy eagles. So I just got an egg, which is used to make fried eggs on a campfire with stones, baked cakes, clay and egg ointments, which is helps to cure burns, and feather and ink. With clay strips, a feather, mapping charcoal, and an egg, I can make an excellent mapping tool. I'm going to leave the nest alone. Oh, I just got a harpy trophy. I actually don't want to carry around a trophy. But yeah, if you want to decorate your house with trophies, you can do that. The reason I don't necessarily want it is... yeah, I find it... trophy hunting a little... not my style. Alright, cartography trees. So that cartography tree there is definitely the one I've already mapped on. As you can see, it's in the distance, and I'm lined up on it. So we're going to go, like, up this path here, looking for other cartography trees. Now, with that said, if I have high enough elevation, I don't necessarily need a cartography tree. As long as I'm in an elevated position, I can map. These nettles hurt when you walk through them. That's why I'm carefully avoiding them. Yes, or I could climb the rocks. So if I don't find a tree out this way, I'll just climb the rocks, certainly. But there are intriguing points of interest on the horizon that I would not be much of an explorer if I didn't go to check them out. Fall damage. Yeah, it hurts. So here's bone. This is the first time I've seen bone. And bone can be made into a primitive fishing rod, bone arrows, or bone knife blade. And here's sage. Sage can be made into crushed sage, which is a cure for fever when made with a wide leaf, or chamomile and sage broth, which is a powerful cure for fever if made with chamomile flowers, sage flowers, hibiscus flowers, and alcohol. There's some sort of old temple here. Nuh-uh, not today, Satan. My stone cutter is busted, so I'll repair it. Or destroy it. Make a new one. Oh, I'm being hunted by something. One of the birds. Come on. Hunt me so I can make a cutter. And there was a carving piece here. So there's a bunch of bones in here. A piece of a native map. Fish bones, which is needed for fishbone needles. Liana sage seeds, so I can farm my own sage. And then I'm collecting pieces of a puzzle here. So I have piece 2 and 3, but I'm missing 1, 4, and 5. Alright, come on, bird. For real. Fight me. Oh, that's a piece right there. So I just collected piece 5. There's like a creepy bone shrine going on in here. Piece 4. Dead. So that wasn't a blocking hit, but I sidestepped it so that it missed me. Anyway. It's a little bit harder to, in my opinion, to like attack and sidestep, but it still works if you time it right. So there's one more piece of this puzzle that I'm missing. I'll keep looking for it. But let's put these in. So I need piece 5. The fall damage is relatively forgiving. You got, like, you know, pretty springy legs. It's actually probably my greatest complaint about the game is when you're running around you kind of bounce around a lot. Ouch. Shouldn't run through nettles. Where, like, it's as if, I don't know, gravity was turned down a bit. It's like a minor complaint, but when you're traversing, especially downhill, you can't run down a hill. You kind of just, like, bounce down the hill in a weird, boingy, like you're Tigger the Tiger bouncing on your tail type thing. Or you're, like, Gumby or, I don't know. It feels wrong. It feels weird. And, it's funny that that is my greatest complaint about the game. Because it's minor, but because it's a mechanic that you can't ever ignore because you're always moving around. Yeah, see, I just demonstrated it by running down that hill. Instead of running actively down the hill, I was like boing, 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 like I was a bunny rabbit or something. It's just a little weird. All right, where is this piece? Maybe it's up top. Maybe it's right there, center of my screen. But yeah, if only I could, like, turn up the gravity, it would make this a lot. I mean, it's not always a problem, but it would make it a little bit easier to traverse hilly terrain. Oh, here we go. It was right over here. Not today, Satan. Alright, come on, bird. And over here is a living water. So that's one of those, like, super souped up health potions, if you will. Do I have... Okay, I have a survival point, and I'm going to spend it on concentration, because I'm at a point where I would really benefit from it. So what concentration is, if you hit V as in Victor, it gives you, like, special vision, which is kind of reminiscent of, like, Far Cry or something, where you can see important landmarks and items and the like within a certain radius of your character. So if I hit V here, I saw the puzzle in the, you know, in the temple. I know that this is a injury risk. It's fine. And I like to have at least concentration level 1, because concentration level 2 is actually really nice too, because it will start to highlight non-dangerous animals and show you animal tracks. But level 1 will show you special objects, weapons, ammo, drop bags, you know, anything that could be lost in the forest. So if I, like, drop my spear, for instance, and hit concentration mode, it highlights the spear. So if you lose your arrows in thick grass, you can very easily find your arrows again. And the other reason it's really nice is it will reveal hidden story objects that are near you. And as you level up your concentration, it will increase the radius at which you can highlight hidden objects. So there's a tree over here, a cartography tree. Unfortunately, it's nighttime, so that's not going to help me all that much. But what I can do is I can go to sleep, like, underneath the... Oop, that was not good. Underneath the cartography tree, and map it tomorrow when it's light out. Chief Bear Paw, thank you for the resub. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Oh, and these are... These have a lovely Platonia, which is like food and water, all wrapped up into one lovely little juicy fruit package. So if I was to camp out here, I'm going to need some... And, ooh, even better. So these bad boys are another fruit that I could collect. So at the foot of this tree, there's a lot of collectibles. So let's make a simple little grass bed so that I can sleep here and I don't have to run all the way back home, because it's not currently raining on me, and that should be fine, right? Let's see if I can even find a no rain chance somewhere underneath this tree. That'd be awesome. Sometimes you can, not always. Oh yeah, there was a... Yeah, right here. Doesn't rain right here for some... I think I'm, like, underneath one of the branches or something. Perfect. Alright. Doing a little mapping. So you can't map at night, or at least not until you get better at it. So in order to map, I need to have a VTAG tab. So, around me, date palms, crabs, sage, Platonia, and Fijoa. But not much else. So I'm going to keep traveling around looking for other mapping locations, mapping potentials. And the next step I take... Let's take more of this fruit, because I don't see myself being back this way anytime soon, and go up the coast here. So taking a look at the big map here, I am somewhere along the south, or the eastern shoreline, as a point of reference. And my clothing will stick around for about one more day. So I don't need to worry about replacing my clothing just yet. If only you could take a hammock. You can actually make a portable bedroll. Where is it? Here it is. Portable leaf bed. Around with you. So yeah, I mean, I don't... Because I'm around all these date palms, like, I'm not that concerned about doing that, having to do that, but you could. It's actually not that hard. So I don't see any more cartography trees out this way. So I think what I'm going to do is ascend the mountain. And because I don't really need the food, I'm not going to pick up the meat because it does weigh a lot. Let's go back to that path I saw over near the temple shrine thing. Oh, dragon fruit. The most interesting, most boring tasting food ever. Full of water though, so that's helpful. Gotta say, if you don't know what dragon fruit tastes like and you see it for the first time, you're like, oh my god, it looks like a dragon's egg or something. And then you bite into it and you're like, oh, it's like a kiwi with no flavor. If you happen to like dragon fruit, sorry for dissing a food you like, but the consistency isn't objectionable to me. It's just the flavor is nothing. And personally, I'm not that picky about my fruit. There's not a lot of fruit I don't like. But just dragon fruit is so dang boring. Is this a climbable path? Well, I don't know. Let's see. Game seems to let me up here. That's good. Oh, hello. It got me. The flavor is disappointment. Oops, that was a bad stabbing. There we go, I got it. I feel like that bird slowed down to make me miss. It's a good base for smoothies? Yeah, I mean, it's fibrous. But, like... Okay, I'm cutting down one of these, plants here, so I don't have to hurt myself. So in the concentration mode, you can see it's showing potions and showing monuments. So that's another Song of the Great Thirst. It's another monument. I just got a raw clay pot, which is an amazing thing to find. A flexible branch, which is pretty amazing to find. So the flexible branch allows me to make a native bow frame for a bow. And the raw clay pot I can fire in a kiln to have a fired clay pot to be able to do stuff with. There's a whole bunch of bones around here. And then a buffalo potion. So there's a bunch of different types of potions. This isn't too much of a spoiler, but I'm going to get into it. So if you take a look at the alchemistry here, you can make buffalo potions, snake potions, Puma potions, bird potions, and hemotoxic potions using your survival points. The buffalo potions are kind of like a health regen potion, so it cures all 2-rank diseases. So if you have diseases, it will cure them instantly, and it helps to restore your maximum health. So it's a big old regen potion that's kind of like living water, but different. Ooh, I just got wind chill, so I don't want to be standing here for too long. Obsidian shard. So, a source of obsidian. So obsidian can be turned into a saw, arrows, an axe blade, and a knife blade. All really good tools to make out of obsidian. I have a runny nose, and I don't have hibiscus on me, so I'm going to need to return home at some point for hibiscus. Because it's windy up here, and I don't have a way to protect myself from the wind. And then this tree here gives me flexible branches. So I'm going to collect a whole bunch of them because it's a pretty unique resource. Most trees don't give you flexible branches. And this can be turned into a fishing rod or bow frame. And given that I am sick, ascending this mountain is like probably not the wisest idea. But I live in this direction-ish, so we can travel through the mountain back home. Of course, keeping an eye on our illness. At some point, we'll be high enough, in high enough elevation that I could also just, like, start mapping, too. But I am nearly out of, carry weight. So I got to be careful about how much more weight I settle. So, yeah. Let's map here. There we go. So we have got massive stones. We have cattails, eucalyptus, bamboo. More flexible branches. So the bamboo would be interesting. There was a bunch of recipes that required bamboo that I wanted. There's stone, fishing spots. Yeah, it revealed a lot of information. And here is a massive stone deposit. Oh god, another snake. That one was silent until I was up on it. Come on, harpies. So let's get down to the bamboo and collect some bamboo and bring it home. Ooh, flint shard. So flint shard is, you need 2 of these to make a flint. Which is a much better fire starter than like a spindle bow or rubbing 2 sticks together. So trying to find extra flint while I'm up in the mountains would be pretty ideal too. And there seems to be some sort of point of interest maybe this way. Although I'm traveling farther away from where the bamboo is, so let me turn back to collect some of the bamboo. Speaking of bamboo, I'm actually going to take one of these bandages because the bandages give me a little bit of regen. And then I might need to ditch some things for carry weight. So I'm going to, like, eat some extra fruit, because they weigh a lot, just for the carry weight for the bamboo. So there's a bamboo grove down here. And now I have a few bamboo sticks. Alright, my spear is taking damage, and my axe is nearly broken, so I'm not going to be able to collect too much of this bamboo because my axe is almost done. But the bamboo itself allows me to make a bamboo bandolier for arrows, the date palm juice collector, a water distiller, if I have a fire pot and clay bricks, and a bamboo flask, which has a higher capacity than the coconut flask that I have used. So, all good things to craft. out of that bamboo. But the date palm collector is the one that I'm really concerned about because that gives me a survival point. I am also encumbered. So I'm going to do... I'm going to craft some bone arrows out of the sticks, feathers, and bones that I have to lower my carry weight. And I'm also going to drop 2 of these flexible branches. Because now I have the trees mapped here and here to find more flexible branches, and they weigh a lot. So I don't need to be weighed down by them. Oh no. Try not to get hurt here. Sliced up by it. Alright, so let's head towards home. So that I can make myself some hibiscus tea. And dump a bunch of the carry weight that I have. The good news is I have one of the key materials to be able to make a bow. And I set out to map more of the island so that I would get materials for weapons. And I've done just that. I have the main material for a native bow frame. Oh, and importantly, clay. Oh, Jesus. Alright, the flexible branches. Sorry, I'm ditching you for clay. There's also cattails. Oh, and I just got encumbered from cattails. So cattails is an ingredient needed to make a bamboo flask. I don't need too many cattails because it seems to be the only thing that you use. But it's also a really good tinder too, I suppose. And then this is a puddle of water. So this is one of the... If you recall in the journal that I had, in one of these journals, it was an unfinished map here. So there's an... In this map... There is a water source in the mountains there, and that's exactly where I am right now, in that water source. So there's this is a like natural rain collector, and it also has some clay around it. I would like to carry more clay, but honestly, I don't have the carry weight for it, so I'm gonna have to ditch these 2 pieces of clay, knowing that they're here that I come back for, if I want it. But that's a lot of really good resources for tool making and everything. So I'm going to put up the poll again about what I work on next. So with the flexible bow, I could improve my gear to make a bow with the branches I have, or with the clay, I can make a kiln and stuff, which would be number 2. I can continue trying to map the island, which would be number 3. Or I can work on missions, like make the date juice palm, or one of the other sides. But there's another survival point. A bird potion. So a bird potion gives me the strength of a bird. So it's unlimited concentration mode for 2 days. That's pretty stellar. In fact, you know what? I'm taking it now. So I can leave my concentration mode up at all times. So there's another potion up there that I would not have found without concentration mode. And then there's an ancient observatory drawing. So the collection of buildings resembles an ancient observatory. It looks like an astrologer watched the sky from different locations and marked the coordinates of the stars using the observation arches located on the island. So from this spot, I can see the temple that I was down there. Oh, hello, Scorpion. Not today, Satan. And then, some temple in the mountains up that way, and then another point of interest over there. Let's get that potion that's up there. That Scorpion was trying to sneak up on me, wasn't it? This is a living water. That's like the heal all potion. And there's artifacts and other points of interest. around as well. It won't necessarily highlight like plant seeds. And I am out of carry weight, so drop some sage flowers and that's enough for now. So here's another piece of the natives map. And in your tab menu, you have living water and native maps that like don't weigh anything. So I have 2 pieces of the natives maps, and there are, well, I don't want to say how many total there are, but I have 2. To travel to the next region, if you're wondering, I need 5 at least. Alright. An improved torch and a dead Spaniards map. A map, blurred, inscriptions in Spanish, the site of some camp marked here. Looks like the Spaniards were already here long before us. And an improved torch. So I'm going to ditch my old torch and use the improved torch. Nice. Maybe I'll even manage to get a flint stone. Oh, yeah, there it... Oh, no, that's a regular stone. I did need a regular stone to repair my axe and spears. But a flint stone... Oh, there it is. Flint shard. Perfect. So that allows me to make... flint at a regular workbench. So I need to bring this back to my workbench to be able to use. So let's continue eating fruit to lower my weight. So I'm heading down the mountain, trying to get home-ish. While also dodging all the nettle. Before this bird attacks me, I want to repair my spear. So I actually have a weapon. So there's another bamboo grotto here. I'm a bit closer to home from where I was before. And I'm gonna sketchily parkour down this mountain. Because I have pretty high hit points and I can't be bothered to take the proper path. Thank you for tuning in to Survival Fountain of Youth, which originally streamed live on Twitch September 17th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind I'm trying to avoid spoilers in the comments, so don't spoil anything. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow survivors.